But you got a flag down.
Oofside.
Everyone but the center. Offense.
Welcome to Oofsides, everybody. We are here again for the conference championship games. They are here. We got Jack. Austin's here. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And back for the first time in a while, it's Jesse.
I've returned.
Fuck you.
50%
Try
of
this time
week's,
though.
50% of this week's show is Vikings fans, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Let's go Vikings.
Disappointing, just like the Vikings.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yep.
How you guys
Unfortunately,
doing?
these fuckers. Yeah. Fuck y'all. Egg.
I'm doing good because the Vikings can't lose anymore.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. You're like, I got to take a break for a little bit, so I stopped getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of news that we haven't talked about, which I just realized. There's been shit going on down in Houston, and I feel like we should talk about this.
No.
It is a shit show in Houston.
Specifically, our boy Deshaun Watson wants out, and
JJ Watt.
and JJ Watt.
I mean, I don't blame them. The Houston Texans are a complete.
Yeah, I do not blame them one bit.
dude, that city really sold its soul for a World Series.
Yeah.
It really did.
They also have a history of not doing well with their quarterbacks.
They sold their soul, but they still had to cheat to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You look at like David Carr, who got sacked a record like 100 and something times. I don't know how much he got sacked in the first season, but
Hey, don't forget about Pro Bowl quarterback Matt Schaub.
oh yeah. They
True.
also had Brock Osweiler,
Hell yeah.
who won them a playoff game.
Hey, don't forget Tom Savage.
One is a generous term. It more like didn't lose.
Yeah,
They were playing
it was-
the Raiders with Connor Cook starting. So
Yeah, I don't even know who that is, but I know it's not going to end well for the Raiders.
So for people who aren't keeping up with the Texans drama, Watson was unhappy about the DeAndre Hopkins trade at the start of the season. And then as they were walking off the field in week 17, JJ Watt said something along the lines of, "I'm sorry we wasted a great year from you," to Deshaun Watson. And in their head coaching search, Deshaun Watson, who is the starting quarterback and he's one of the best in the league, told management that he wanted them to interview Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs. They didn't do that.
Of course it.
So then some rumors started swirling that he wanted out, in which case the Texans decided, all right, well, we'll fulfill that desire by requesting an interview with Eric Bieniemy this week, aka the week that the Chiefs had a playoff game, not their bye week when they weren't doing anything. So it was kind of like a Hall of Fame, like, fine, we'll ask, even though we're not going to be able to get him to come over. And it's like, well, you had a fucking chance.
Oh,
So
God.
now the rumor is he is demanding a trade.
Oh.
So,
Yikes.
and there's about 25 teams, I think, that would fucking love to have Deshaun Watson starting for them right now.
Oh yeah.
Miami Dolphins. Do it.
That one's kind of weird to me because it's like
I
Tua's a rookie.
yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
like-
think they should just give up on Tua.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Stupid.
Especially because they just fleeced the Texans and
True.
like got a really good first round pick. I don't think if you're
that's
gonna
true.
get Deshaun Watson, it's gonna take multiple first rounders.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I mean
Yeah,
Minnesota's got a starting quarterback.
You know where I
give
feel
away.
like he might go? I feel like he might go to like Colts. Honestly.
Yeah.
The
He
Colts
could
have
follow
so
Rivers,
much.
yeah.
The Colts have so much fucking cap space. It's ridiculous.
It's gonna be a team. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I personally think if they don't release him and they trade him, which would be really smart, I feel like they would definitely not trade him to a division rival.
Actually, yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
I
That would
just
be
realized,
really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
I realized that
It's
was cool.
gonna have to be to a team that is like in a win now position,
Ooh.
a team that you can just kind of
Hmm.
plug a quarterback in and win. if
feel
Ben
like Miami
Roethlisberger
could
doesn't
step
come
up.
back, what was that?
He is. Ben is.
He's
That
coming
is
back.
he? Did he confirm that he's coming back?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's coming back. He said at least one more, which is
Yeah.
implying he could do more after next
Yeah.
year.
At least
Oh,
one
God.
more, which means 5 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
personally,
people-
I'm
oh,
maybe a
sorry.
little biased, but Vikings.
I
plug-
would love that.
plug anyone
would-
but Kirk
honestly,
Cousins in there.
I would say that, but the cap space that the Vikings have, they are
Yeah, we cannot
11
afford
million
him.
in the red.
Just
Like,
I just want to imagine Deshaun Watson to Justin Jefferson. Oh my God.
Oh,
You know,
Oh.
another possible candidate is 49ers.
Yeah.
49ers have a good amount
Yeah.
of space, cap space.
but I feel like Garoppolo
And,
is a good fit there.
Garoppolo has been inconsistent as all hell. With
Garoppolo has
49ers.
been underwhelming.
he also hasn't been healthy for more than a year.
That is true. Yeah, he
hasn't, but
was
when
healthy
he
for
ha-
a year.
when he has played, he's been fairly underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Alright.
he's just like Alex Smith with the 49ers, basically.
Yeah.
Best way to put it.
A lot of people are saying he should go to the Jets, but that's a horrible idea, and I don't
Yeah,
need to
That
explain
would be
why.
stupid.
No
Yeah,
way.
Speaking of the Jets, they hired Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator of the 49ers from the last few years.
Yeah.
So that should be, hopefully, is a good hire.
Why did the
um,
Jets have to sign a goddamn good coach? Fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
It'll probably end
I
up as a failure because
I don't know how he's going to end up as a coach, honestly.
It'll
'Cause
be
he-
interesting, yeah.
As we've seen, he's a pretty good defensive coordinator.
it's a very good defensive
But the-
coordinator.
The thing is, do the Jets have the players to do it?
They've got a little bit of defensive talent.
They do
so-
actually, yeah.
If you, from what I've heard from Jets fans, like the defensive line is like the one redeeming part of that
They're
team.
fans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course they do.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah.
All shit.
They
like
have.
most old shitty football teams have diehard fans.
Yeah.
It's only like new shitty football teams like the
Yeah, it's like-
Jaguars that don't.
It's like
Or the
Bears.
Texans.
Like the
Yeah.
Bears have fans. The Bears have a giant fan base for no fucking
The
reason.
Browns have like one of the most diehard fan bases.
Yeah.
Bills.
Look at the Bills.
I don't even need to say it.
Also,
Yeah.
speaking of Jets coaches, as we all watched last week, the Seahawks put up a terrible offensive performance.
Mm.
And then
Yes.
they decided that it has been hired, but they're interested in the offensive genius that is Adam Gase to come be the offensive
Oh
coordinator.
man. Oh, that'd be a great idea if you ask me.
And that rumor
do it.
was
Oh, yeah.
floated out into the media about 6 hours after I told my dad that I don't think Adam Gase gets another job in the NFL. So once again, another immediately wrong sports take by me.
Oh, the listeners might not know about how you're like Ron Rivera would never go to Washington, and literally like
It was like
they hired
12 hours later they announced Ron Rivera as the head coach.
Good times.
I've
Oh,
never been
Jesus
so wrong
Christ.
so fast in my life.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I've never seen someone been so wrong. So like that was amazing.
Yeah.
The world
Yeah, it was
like, "You know what,
impressive,
Matt?
honestly.
Fuck you. Yeah, you're wrong, and you're gonna know it.
Yep. Fuck you. Eat a dick.
Yep. Was there any
True.
other news that we missed?
The
Fucking
Cowboys.
The Jaguars hired Urban Meyer as their head coach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
I don't know anything about college football, so you guys handle that one.
I can't
Pretty
remember
good.
what his position used to be, but this guy, and I also can't remember his name. But I saw a tweet like literally 45 minutes ago that for their new GM, because the Jags also fired their GM. For their new GM, they're looking at someone who has already worked with Urban Meyer in the past.
Yeah, I think was it Trent Baalke? I think is who it was.
Something like that. But he has some connection to Urban Meyer that I cannot remember. And
Yeah, it's Trent Baalke, yeah.
Yeah, Trent Baalke. He's most recently the general manager of the 49ers during the Harbaugh years. So started really high and then dropped off really fast after that.
yeah.
So
It's
and he's been
interesting.
with the Jaguars for a year now. So
Well,
was there any other news that we
I
missed?
mean the Cowboys went with what's his dick the Falcons or talking Dick.
Oh, yeah, they
Dan
hired
Quinn
Dan
as
O'Brien.
their defensive
Or
coordinator.
Dan
yeah.
Quinn. Dan O'Brien. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Dan
Can you
O'Brien.
imagine?
Watch him
Can
go
you
get Bill
imagine?
O'Brien.
Can you imagine a team with Dan Quinn and Bill O'Brien?
The Cowboys would 100% be the team to do that. Oh my God.
I
Well,
mean,
right
they
now
did
right now they have Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn.
which are
Oh God.
yeah, Mike McCarthy blew a 12-point lead in the final 5 minutes of an NFC Championship game.
True.
Dan Quinn blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. Go get Bill O'Brien. He'll be the offensive coordinator. He blew a 28-point lead in less than a quarter.
Yeah.
That's
Or a 24-point lead.
I feel like that blowing a 24-point lead in a quarter is way more embarrassing than all of that, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the
oh.
Super Bowl one, but
I was
we
gonna say
mention-
the Falcons blew that in one quarter.
yeah.
oh yeah, that's true.
Well, it was about a quarter.
Quarter and a half.
4.5.
Yeah, close enough.
John Elway basically promoted himself, so he's no longer
Yep.
in charge of. He's no longer like team president. He's
Yep.
like
He's not a.
he's basically like, I'm just gonna watch over everything. You guys do the football shit.
Yeah, only John Elway could get a.
Maybe
get-
Denver will get a not tall white quarterback.
True.
Nope, Drew Lock forever.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
But,
Locke has growing potential.
I like
does.
Drew Lock.
If
But-
he doesn't improve by
Well,
next
I mean,
season, I think
the problem is
Facts.
Denver doesn't have much of a team. They really don't.
they have a hell of a good defense and a pretty okay. There was a wide receiver that Jerry Judy. He was kind of disappointing this year, though.
Yeah.
Literally,
Well,
outside of
I
Drew
don't-
Lock, I do not know that
I don't-
offense.
I mean, I can't think of
They
a
got
player
Melvin
on the
Gordon.
Broncos right now or on their coaching staff. I can't tell you a single thing about the Broncos.
Same.
They just like
I know Drew Lock. That's
I know.
literally
They
it.
got Melvin Gordon.
They got Melvin Gordon.
That's right.
Philip Lindsay.
yeah. Vic
Yes.
Fangio is their
And
head coach.
I know some of their defensive players. Von Miller.
Oh, it's just-
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack with that one.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like it.
Who gives a shit about the
So.
Broncos that much?
Is there any other news that we missed?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't
I'm just
think
scrolling
so.
through the news section. I probably should have written this down, but fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it,
So.
chuck it. Good enough.
Anyway, do we want to get into the divisional round of the playoffs?
I mean, not really.
Fucking not. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, Garrett woke up.
He said
we're-
he took a nap, so if he pops in here, then yeah. Jack's just spamming him with join now.
Oh, just
Anyway,
Garrett things.
The divisional round started off with a game that pretty much nobody saw going differently.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers beat the LA Rams 32-18. The Rams made it close towards the end, but
yeah.
Packers were just the unstoppable force.
This is not surprising at all.
Jack, I don't think you're
back-to-back.
helping.
Back-to-back conference title games for the Packers.
Pretty disgusting, not gonna lie.
After getting rid of McCarthy, they go to back-to-back conference title games. I wonder what the problem was.
That's funny. That's a
I wonder who McCarthy's coaching now.
What
I
type
wonder.
of poverty franchise
Yeah.
chose him?
Can you believe the Packers haven't been to a Super Bowl in 10 years? It's been so long, dude.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like,
No,
they've-
that's fine.
They've
I'm
waited
okay with
long
that.
enough.
Fucking Mickey Mouse NFC Championship game.
I will say
Packers.
this. Jared Goff looked way better than we all thought he was going to.
Yeah.
He was 21-27 for 174 yards. The big part of this game was the fact that Aaron Donald was basically hurt the whole time. So,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rodgers was able to just fucking take the Packers down the field pretty much every time they got the ball.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at this shit.
Welcome.
Hey, Garrett's here.
Hello.
Lamau.
Thank you, Jack.
But yeah, the Packers,
Sorry,
they didn't
I'm
allow a
inhaling.
single sack. They only had to punt twice. No turnovers.
Jeez.
Like
Yeah.
the Rams just couldn't keep up with them. So
Basically, yeah.
Yep, that's...
This game was not that interesting to me.
Did we expect the Rams to win,
Yeah.
to be honest?
No.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I thought
way
there
in
was a.
fucking hell.
I thought based on the way the Packers played part of the season that there was maybe a fleeting chance that maybe they fuck their way into a win.
At least not in Lambeau, I don't think.
But-
Yeah. If Aaron Donald was healthy, but like
Maybe.
they just had no pass rush basically the whole game, and
Yep.
if you let Aaron Rodgers do his thing, then what are you gonna
Yep.
do?
Yeah.
So
He just
props to the Rams for
dunked on
keeping
you.
it close though. So they put
Yeah.
up way more of a fight than I thought they would.
Yeah, they didn't
And
lie
they
over
tried.
dead.
So
So there's that.
yeah, I don't really think we have much to say about that, but I think we do have much to say about the next game.
Yeah.
Jack, your
Happy.
Buffalo Bills have beaten the Baltimore Ravens 17-3 and advanced to the AFC Championship game for the first time since 1994.
Happy.
God,
Hell
what
yeah.
what a
Happy. That
what
was a game.
game.
That was. It wasn't
That
very.
was
It was
a
a weird.
game.
It was a weird fucking game. It
Yeah.
was windy and cold in Buffalo, and it was.
We got 2 doinks.
It was something. Yeah.
Yeah,
We started off
2
the first
doinks.
half
Fat
with
doinks.
Justin Tucker hitting doinks, and
Of all people,
Because-
too.
yeah, Justin Tucker did not have a great start to that. Yeah, the offenses were pretty fucking stale most of the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now, and the Bills had 32 rushing yards.
Oh yeah.
Shout out,
Yeah, the Bills' rushing offense is not it.
shout out,
Honestly,
Taron
the
Johnson.
Bills' offense didn't do much. Kind of
didn't.
neither offense did in
Yeah.
general. It didn't.
Nope.
Well, I mean, when they're up 17, or it was 17-3, I think, and when Lamar gets hurt, that kind of set the score for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We weren't talking about Lamar getting hurt yet. What the H, Garrett?
Hey, that's
I mean, well,
part of the
before he
game.
got,
We're trying
mean,
to
Lamar got
talk
Effing
about the
H.
game in order instead of just hitting
I mean,
random fucking
You get-
subjects.
Didn't he get hurt in the third quarter though?
fourth
he got
quarter.
hurt.
It was fourth quarter.
Fourth
Was it
quarter? Oh, okay.
towards the
God
end?
damn it, Jesus! Fucking
I mean, well, before he got hurt, he threw a pick six in the
threw
end.
the
Yeah.
pick six to Taron Johnson, and he went all the way and then did
101
that.
yards.
Shades
Yeah,
of
it
James
was
Harrison.
actually it was a little bit longer than 101 yards because he kind of stumbled back.
Yeah.
But I'm just disappointed I didn't see Josh Allen throw a ball over the stadium.
I
at the
want
end of the
God, I
game.
want to see Josh Allen throw a ball out of the stadium so
yeah,
bad.
me too. I have no idea.
Oh,
Even with the talk of the weak offenses, Stephon Diggs still had 100 yards.
Yeah, Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs had 51% of Josh Allen's passing yards.
I mean, when you got him, use him.
Yeah, when you have the top 2 receiver like that, yeah, and he's shown that he's a top 2 receiver.
Yeah, he always has.
He's not. Well, Kirk Cousins didn't help him.
Well,
Kirk Cousins doing it. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk throws mainly the Thielen, though, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but well,
Anyway,
we got to talk about the elephant in the room, which was Lamar Jackson during this game.
rough.
I don't know if it's 14 for 24 is not great passing and 9 runs for 34 yards. I don't know what it is, but like the Ravens offense just comes up flat with Lamar in the playoffs every year. So I was
Yeah,
doing the
I
math.
don't-
Too that Lamar is like really bad in the fucking cold too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing the math, and the Ravens, they've been consistently one of the highest scoring teams since Lamar took over. They averaged 13 points per playoff game.
I don't know if it's
Oof.
John Harbaugh just like choking, or it's just the whole entire team just choking.
I think it's
So.
obvious, especially now after the past couple years. Lamar just doesn't play well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where he is. He just doesn't
They
play well.
they need to it's just this thing where you get to the playoffs and it's like the other team's going to know you really well. They know, like, all you got to do is have like 1 or 2 really disciplined QB spies, and it's like
Yeah.
you can kind of just stop this offense in its tracks, and they need to develop some kind of passing game if they're going to do something in January.
Yep,
Because
sign Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Because in his 4 postseason starts, he has 3 passing touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's brutal.
That's rough.
That's really brutal.
Shades of Andy Dalton there.
Oh no.
Hey,
They've
it's-
at least-
You never
they've
want
at
to be
least
in
won
the.
They've won a playoff game though, so I can't give them that much shit.
Yeah, that's true. But you don't want to be compared to the Red Rocket, you know.
Yeah, and then obviously in the fourth quarter is the snap that goes over his head, and
Yep.
in the scramble to go get it, he fucking
Bonked his head.
like whiplash
Yep.
Telehard and what we thought was a concussion, and then Tyler Huntley came in, who I've never even heard of,
Yeah, me too.
and it was also not pretty. And
he
basically
was-
from
we
then,
all thought it was a different person.
Yeah. the Bills were basically just in cruise control after that.
Yep.
Yeah. Huntley wasn't a bad backup, but for him being in a playoff game,
I mean,
it
he-
went
about
basically
as-
as expected.
About as bad of a scenario you can throw him into, because it's like you're losing in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 2 scores. So like the entire team's still thinking like we can still get in this. We can still get in this. And it's like, well,
yeah. It was just a big old.
I made this comment during the game,
From-
but Huntley is like they have Lamar, RG3, and then Huntley. He plays the exact same as both of those players.
yeah,
Yeah,
Have the
I
same
mean,
quarterback just times 3.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
well, they don't have RG3 anymore because kind of got rid of him.
There's actually a couple people they got rid of. If we want to get to that.
Yeah, they got rid
I
of
hope- hopefully, they didn't get rid of Trace McSorley, my favorite quarterback.
No, but there was one that was kind of surprising, but I understand why.
Oh yeah. What's his dick?
Mark Ingram.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh shucks, not Mark Ingram. Oh darn.
So
Poof.
the Ravens came up flat, which meant for about 12 hours, the Cleveland Browns were the last remaining AFC North team in the playoffs.
Love to
Which
see
is wild.
Yeah.
it. Praise.
And
Wow.
speaking of those Cleveland Browns,
Pain.
Almost.
pain.
Pain.
They're that
Pain.
close.
They tried.
You just lost to.
Gave it
Shit.
everything they had. God damn it, dude.
You just lost to Chad Henne.
Ah, the fumble touchback rule
We
is so
need
fucking
to.
stupid. dude.
No. We gotta talk it in order. God damn it. We need to have some fucking order. Gotta talk about the first half and then the second half.
We'll talk about
okay.
the first half. you
Yeah,
chicken
I don't
bitch.
remember what the fuck happened in the first half. Gonna be honest.
So on the first drive of the game, the Chiefs drove it down the field, made it look
Oh,
like
yeah.
they were going to drive up the score. And then the Browns responded with a field goal from none other than Cody Parkey, who actually
Double
Hell
Boy.
yeah! You know, fun fact about Cody Parkey: he has one missed field goal in his postseason career. I wonder which one is that.
Jack.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that makes me.
Does
so-
it rhyme with mubble
Oh,
moink?
that makes me so sad for the Bears
Let me why do you
It was
feel
such
bad
a-
for the Bears?
because they were 12 and they were a good team that year.
They had Mitch Trubisky.
Look,
they still were a good team. It's
they
like
were
the,
they were 12 and 4. They, were a good
they had
team.
the. I mean, they were stacked defense, and then they had like okay offense, not great.
Yeah, they were carried by the defense. You know what that year's Bears remind me of? The '85 Bears, except
Not
offense
minus
well,
the Super Bowl.
minus the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Good.
That's
Minus the fact that they
Chicago's
started
a
out the playoffs
defensive
with
team.
2 straight shutouts. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Anyway, Browns Chiefs.
yeah.
All right, so after the Browns responded, the Chiefs went back out in the field and basically did it again. They put the score up 13-2. Oh, and by the way,
yeah.
Harrison Butker missed a extra point in the first drive of the game, so there
Let's
was
go.
that.
He did.
Oh wow, yeah. Ooh.
True.
But anyway, the Chiefs drive down the field and make it basically 13-3. And who wants to talk about the next part?
I think Matt should.
That was the fumble into the end zone, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk about how little sense that rule makes?
It really doesn't.
If you fumble out of bounds literally anywhere on the field and nobody recovers it, you get the ball back. If you fumble and it rolls a quarter of the way into the end zone and out the side, the other team gets it at the 20.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Not only that, why
I-
like this is 2 weeks or not 2 weeks. This is twice in the last like month that the Browns have basically had a game deciding thing happen on stupid fumble rules where it's like, oh yeah, when you're playing the Jets, Baker fumbled, but they get the ball, or basically we're spotting the ball where it was. Oh, Donovan Peoples-Jones gets the ball knocked out of his hands. by a helmet-to-helmet hit that wasn't fucking called. And so instead
don't
of
think
it
it
being
was- it
back
wasn't
where it
Peoples
was
Jones.
supposed to. Was it not
was-
Peoples Jones?
It was
Those are
Oh, it was
Rashad
Higgins. It was
Yeah,
Higgins,
Higgins.
actually. I got their names mixed up.
Yeah.
But the ball rolls forward, but instead of spotting it where it got knocked out, it's a touchback and the Chiefs get the ball. Because
Yeah.
that rule makes no fucking sense and the refs are fucking blind.
Yeah, why change it though? You know, because fuck them. That's why. I feel like they need to change that rule to just put it at the one.
It
Fuck it.
literally punishes you
But-
for diving for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just dumb, stupid, and also bad. Also, another thing, that fucking helmet-to-helmet hit was bad.
Yeah.
Very egregious, and the NFL didn't do anything because it's NFL and they don't actually care about the players.
Yep.
You know, because CTE doesn't exist. So, yeah.
Obviously, it's a liberal scam.
Yep, it's a bunch of liberal bullshit. It's a bunch of commie gobbledygook.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
In the second half, though, they actually started to put drives together, though, and
Yeah.
scored twice. And
And then
Butker missed another field goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to say
Yeah.
he did.
Yep.
And then the fourth quarter.
Oh, how
Yep.
the fourth quarter goes.
So you have... Was it on fourth down when Pat Mahomes got hit? I think it was on a fourth down.
I think.
I think it was third.
Oh, it was a
because-
third.
It was
yeah.
the third.
because I
He
think-
tried to scramble, got tackled, and dude, when he tried to stand up and he was like, couldn't even like
That
fucking
was such
stand.
a
It was
strange
bad.
play.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Like he didn't hit his head.
Yeah.
Well, from what I heard, it was like a nerve in his neck that got hit.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it's
because
kinda
his
like-
head got like
they said
twisted
he didn't have a
around.
concussion, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was like some sort of nerve.
it was something
I
probably
just-
from like the spinal cord.
I,
Yeah,
I
don't fucking know,
maintain
man.
he's probably going to play
Bodies.
through a head. I maintain he's going to play through a head injury next Sunday, but
He will
Oh,
play
yeah.
through whatever he has. Yeah.
I already know he's going to get forced to play straight through it. They're not playing fucking Chad, motherfucking
Yeah.
Henny.
Speaking of Chad
Yeah,
Henne,
No, they should
no.
play Chad Henne. You know.
he threw an
Arm
incredible
punt.
arm punt into the end zone,
Wow, it was a hell. Yeah, that was pretty
and
good.
then
With a great arm punt.
the
Stellar.
controversial decision by the Browns, where they basically got stuffed on like 5 out of 6 plays and had to punt with like 4 minutes left.
Oh,
And I was
That-
frustrated because I was like, God damn it. But at the same time, it was 4th and 9, deep in your
Yeah.
own territory.
What do you do?
Wait, Matt.
Yeah.
Weren't you the one talking about
Here's yes,
the
and
punting
I knew
thing?
you were going to bring this up, and here's the difference: the Eagles were
What?
much closer to midfield.
fucking.
This is also a playoff game, and
yeah,
and the
that's even
the
more
Chiefs.
stakes.
The
See,
Chiefs are playing their backup quarterback, so the Browns had every right to believe they could stop them right then and there. Not saying it's a lose-lose situation.
And yeah, here's
Honestly,
the
'cause
thing
it's like-
too: is if you turn the ball over right there, they're in basically
Yeah,
almost
They're
the red
basically
they're
zone.
at the
within
red
field goal
zone.
range. The Chiefs can kick a field goal and put the game completely out of reach, pretty much.
yep.
see, I don't know. I'm on the
They
side
had to
that
punt
they-
it.
I'm on the side that they should have went for it because
They
you
should've.
you lose if you punt it, you lose if you don't.
Yeah.
You lose if
exactly.
you don't get it.
Pretty
You
much.
you have a chance at winning if you get the 4th down. And I would have chose the chance of get it or not because you're gonna lose no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So
There
that's-
was
Yeah,
a
if you're inside, if you're at 4th and 10 with 5 minutes to go, with under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I'm fucking going for it.
If I'm the coach, I'd probably go for it there too.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if I
absolutely.
Yeah,
can't-
same.
I can't entirely blame Stefanski for punting it there.
No,
There
I
was
don't blame
also
Yeah, because
something
they had already had to go for it on 4th down right before that, and then they got stuffed on 3 straight plays. So
There
it
was
was
al-
like
Yeah.
the odds of telling you that like, but this is the one you're gonna do it. It's like
And it's also like the thing is the drive before that, the 18 play drive, they had to go for it on 4th down twice.
yeah,
That was their issue. Congrats, you were 3 for 3, 3 for 4, or no, 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions. But why were you getting 4th down?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
There was
Um,
also something earlier in that quarter with what Stefanski did, which was call a challenge flag. Like,
Oh yeah,
was
on
it
a-
like
Oh.
13 minutes left?
That was part of their problem is they lost
they
they
lost
lost
a
two
ton.
timeouts 5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And that and they called that challenge because it was that weird catch that Hill made that was right in front of the Browns bench.
Oh yeah.
And it was complete, but all the Chiefs players were rushing up to the line to get the playoff just in case it got turned over. So he was like, "Fuck it, challenge."
But like,
So
I feel like it was way too early into.
yeah,
fourth
I was
quarter to
a
do that.
little. I was kind of
Yeah.
questioning why they
because
challenged
that
that.
was
But yeah.
that was not a game-changing play. That wasn't a win
Oh,
or
yeah,
lose
absolutely.
play. That didn't affect the outcome of the game, and it wouldn't
Mhm.
have even if they went and scored.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Exactly.
that made me mad because
Yeah, there was,
Yeah, that was
there's a
bad,
couple
yeah.
questionable
if-
decisions.
if they ended up
Stefanski.
not wasting even one of those timeouts, let alone both of them, they could have had a much better chance at the end of that game because I don't think Kansas City would have played it the way they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think
then-
they
McDermott
probably,
for Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow, he improved by a whole 2 wins this season.
Yep, and he's just better.
I don't know. I'd personally say Adam Gase Coach of the Year.
Oh,
brought
True.
he
He
brought that
outperformed
organization
his expectations.
2 wins, dude.
Yeah,
2
I
wins.
mean,
I mean, he beat the Bills.
I didn't.
Wrong
Nope.
team. Team I'm thinking of.
The Rams.
The Rams
That's
and
the
the
one.
Browns. The Rams
That's
and the
the one.
Browns.
Bills, Browns, same fucking team.
Jesse, have you been drinking?
No. I'm
Yeah.
just stupid.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, I'd also
Stefanski's a rookie or a rookie head coach, and that kind of showed. But yeah.
I'd also like to point out how beautifully Andy Reid called Kansas City's last drive.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He outcoached the hell out of the Browns on the last drive.
the
Now
stones to throw it on 4th and inches.
Yeah.
With
dude.
the backup quarterback. Jesus.
I mean, it
So.
was, and there was also the play call, a couple plays before where they stacked the right side and then set the running back out in the flat, and everyone covered the 3 receivers on the left or on the right, and then just check down to
Yeah.
whoever the hell their running back is. Who
Williams.
ran?
I think it was
It was
Le'Veon Bell.
No, it wasn't Bell. It wasn't Bell.
It was Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
Um,
also, how about Chad Henne almost securing the win basically before that 4th down play, running it for almost 15 yards?
How
Yes.
Oh, that
Jeez
pissed me off.
Christ.
Yes.
How do you let that happen?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I know how they let that happen because Tony Romo broke it down like a god.
True.
He was like, yeah, so every single receiver was on the right side of the field, so all the defenders were over there, and Henne saw that and was like, okay, I go, and so he go, and he
He
did.
gave up a
He did indeed
15-yard
go.
run to a 34-year-old backup quarterback starting his first ever playoff or playing in his first ever playoff game.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I really don't know.
The
Pain.
balls on those.
They
two
really
men.
let a 35-year-old run for 15 yards.
But I mean,
Props.
Andy Reid still on the 4th and inches definitely won them that. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
straight up with that call. Because I saw them like empty backfield and I was like, oh, they're gonna throw it to Hill, and then they set Hill to set a screen for whoever the hell it was they threw to, and yep,
Uh-huh.
I was like, well,
Yep.
okay, Andy, I get it, you're good.
So, Chiefs move on. It's heartbreaking, but I also it's hard for me to not be happy. So about how the Browns did this year.
This is kind of completely off topic, but one of the media sports teams, social media teams, posted a picture comparing Andy Reid to his first NFL championship game and to this year's, and he literally has not changed one bit. He looks like the exact same man.
There's also a stat there's only 2 teams in NFL history that ever hosted 3 consecutive conference championship games. Andy Reid is the coach of both.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
The 02 to 05 Eagles, and then the 02 to 04 or whatever years.
Yeah, it was either or maybe it was 01 to
Was it?
it might have been 01 to 03. It was in the early 2000s though.
02 to 04.
Was it okay? Yeah, and then this
2018 to now.
So yeah,
Andy Reid, kind of good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Andy Reid, kind of based.
I'm very proud of my brownies.
Oh.
Bro,
But yeah,
I'm glad I can proudly say I'm like basically a Browns fan. I kind of noticed when I was watching the end of that Browns game, I was like, I almost care about this more than a Vikings playoff game. That kind of set in on me. I'm like, I am rooting way harder for this team than I was like in the Vikings playoff games.
Yeah.
Because
There's a thing.
buddy.
Austin's helmet on the screen is just very slowly fading to orange.
A small gradient to the Browns.
Yeah.
God.
One of the things I really liked was after this game, there was a report that Baker was talking to Kevin Stefanski and said he was looking forward to not having to learn another new offense this offseason.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's at least that.
So
he has a point.
That's painful truth.
I can see the Browns having another great year next year.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
they finally have other pieces, and they just
yeah, I mean, you look at the other teams in the AFC North, and they're all like disappointed or have questions about things, and the Browns are like, "Fuck yeah, dude, we're winning shit."
Like I was looking at when we're talking about the Ravens game, I was looking at the standings for the North. Yeah, the 12-4 Steelers, 11-5 Ravens, 11-5 Browns, the 4-10-1, or fuck, wait, 11-1.
3-11-2, or 3-11-1. I mean, god damn it.
I'm just trying to think of like what the Browns should be focusing on for this year's draft. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
I don't know.
probably if first round, might as well just take another offensive lineman. Like,
I was about to say first round they should probably take an offensive lineman because Baker was getting pressured quite a lot.
yeah, their O line is much better than it was last year, but like you could always use more depth there. That and like a really good corner or safety.
yeah.
So, because like you're set at the skill positions.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've got probably the best running back tandem in the league. You have 4 pretty damn good receivers, 2 great tight ends. You're set at quarterback. You have your generational edge rusher.
Yep, Ed
Fuck
Reed
it.
rusher.
Fuck Ed. Go get him. You have your edge rusher. You have your number 1 corner. It's now just like reinforcements at this point. So
Yeah, I think the O line, and I don't know, do they kind of need linebacker depth? I don't really.
yeah, they've got my man Sion Taki, who's like my favorite player in the league because his name's awesome. But yeah, just like a little more defensive help. So
I know Christian. Oh yeah, Christian Kirksey doesn't play there anymore. Sad.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
go Browns.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the last game?
Yeah.
Do we have to?
What the hell was the
Yeah.
last game?
Bucks Saints.
Oh right.
Buccaneers
The
Saints.
check down bowl, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, baby,
go.
who's ready to throw to a wide receiver fucking 5 yards away from you and have them run like 10 yards?
Before we
fuck
get started,
God, that game was so boring.
Drew Brees' last game as a quarterback in the NFL.
Possibly.
Yeah,
So
possibly.
it got confirmed by the media prematurely, and then Breeze after the game said, "Yeah, I have no idea yet. I haven't made up my mind. I don't know why everyone thinks I have."
Okay, Drew Brees and Vikings.
Brett Favre type beat.
No, I do not.
No, stop.
No.
My thing
I
is,
do not want Brees.
my thing is seeing the things that like were said post game with certain players made it seem that way.
Yeah, his stuff with Brady, I believe.
Like Brady
Yeah.
sat on the field with Breeze for like an hour and a half after the game.
That clip of Brady throwing a touchdown pass to Drew Brees' son was pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it seems like his last game, but according to Drew, he has not at all decided yet. And NBC has supposedly already cleared the table, or saved a seat for him.
Oh,
It'll most likely be his last.
probably.
More than likely, yeah.
He looked rough that game. You know
Oh,
who? I got to talk about this real quick. Jameis Winston's
James
throw a
fucking
touchdown.
Winston.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A beautiful
Absolute
touchdown.
dart.
I so bad want him to opt out and go get a starting job. So
He
bad.
could go. I think
Well,
he might
there's
go
a clip.
to.
So when it comes to
Carolina.
when it comes to Drew Brees, I think he's at least done in New Orleans.
Mhm.
Because there was a clip of him talking to Jameis on the sideline late in that game, and you could kind of read his lips, and he was saying like, "This is your team now."
Ooh.
So
See,
So-
the thing is, I don't think Sean Payton will start Winston.
No.
I really don't.
I think he's
They'll
gonna
give
go
it
with
to
Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Because of course they will.
It'll. I think if they're both there will definitely be a competition in training camp
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
we've seen who Taysom Hill is as a quarterback, and
He's
we
got
know
the-
Jameis's raw talent. I think the Saints are, if they keep Jameis next year, they're gonna like push both of them to the very edge to see like
I
who
think
do we
what-
start here.
Honestly, if like in that the QB battle, if that does happen, Winston versus Hill, that's an obvious answer.
Well, hopefully it is.
You gotta
it's
go with
weird.
Jameis.
But Sean
I've-
Payton, not that good.
He's very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Sean Payton is extremely overrated. But
But yeah, Sean Payton, like he chose to start Taysom Hill for almost half the season, and
Mhm.
Yeah, I
over
don't.
Winston, and he never once let Winston barely even throw. I don't
yeah,
think Winston.
it's weird.
Well,
like,
it's
no,
also because Taysom Hill is basically in a contract year, and they needed to see what they had in him. They couldn't
Yes.
not start Taysom Hill this year because if they with how much they've invested in him, you can't keep invest.
Yeah.
Like they basically put a first round tender on him, which is basically saying like if you want him, you have to give up a first round pick. So they had to see whether or not he was their next starting quarterback.
I could not imagine getting
Like,
Yeah.
There's plenty of tape out. There's 5 years of tape on Jameis Winston out there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I don't know. I think Jameis would be a great fit for that team.
Maybe.
yeah, it's down to getting Jameis to clean up his mistakes.
True.
Oh yeah.
It's not entirely off the table. You know, it would be amazing. Would
Hmm.
be a Taysom Hill position change and then Jameis start.
That's what I was
Yeah, I think if they
Just
keep
put-
him
Yeah.
both, that's what they'll do. Because like
Yeah, just
Taysom
put
Hill
Taysom at tight
is
end.
so versatile that he can pretty much play every position on offense. So it's like
Yeah.
might as well just keep rolling with the same offensive system
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
work with Jameis and help him basically be less mistake prone.
I mean, Jameis really is just like Drew Brees was in his prime with the deep ball, and
Yeah.
like he really is a lot.
he has all of the raw talent.
Except
yeah,
I
absolutely.
honestly
Yeah.
think Jameis is almost better in the aspect that he can scramble really well. He can run
Yeah.
really
Oh yeah,
and Breeze can't do that well. But
yeah.
I think
For
give
Jameis, it's never. Go ahead, sorry.
give Jameis like some time to like get better and not throw 30 picks in a season.
Yeah.
He could lead that team. Not to Super Bowl. I'm not gonna give him that much. He can lead him to a good season like this.
The other thing to remember with Jameis Winston is he's had pretty questionable coaching his entire career.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
all
then
we have to base him off is Tampa Bay when they were shit.
and then his first year with Bruce Arians, Carson Palmer's actually talked about this, that Bruce Arians' offensive scheme is very complicated and it takes a while to pick up. That's why we're just now seeing Tom Brady hitting his stride basically at the tail end of this year. Carson Palmer in his first season with the Cardinals under Bruce Arians, I think he set like a record for like most interceptions in his career. So like Jameis was going to struggle his first season.
Yeah.
So maybe now with like an offensive system, he's had more time and like an actual good head coach. And Sean Payton, even if he is overrated, he's still a good coach.
Yeah, he's still a coach. I mean, you can't just fluke into a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Barry Switzer.
the Jags almost did.
Yeah.
I should know about that.
True.
If he's got like an actual good coach and some time to learn that system, I think he can turn into a good starter. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, there's also some people who say Sean Payton's racist, so he'll never start a black quarterback. So.
True.
Which I mean, he worked with Greg Williams, so you never know.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't know how much of mine, but it's like he's had a Hall of Famer his entire career, so it's like, why would I start anybody else?
Yeah.
Now.
By the way, one thing about the whole Breeze thing, shout out to Michael Thomas. He played through 2 really bad injuries apparently in his ankle. Just because he wanted to try and win a Super Bowl with Drew, what could be his last season.
I can respect that.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
That said, there was a really good tweet that I saw, which was Michael Thomas against the Buccaneers, and it was that clip of Drake running the weakest route you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
God.
So
That was a good
yeah,
one.
Breeze.
I mean, that honestly
was-
explains why Michael Thomas was kind of
yeah.
He
good
like-
here.
Emmanuel
should-
Sanders and Jared Cook seem to be like, and obviously Alvin Kamara were much more important parts of that offense this season.
Mhm.
Yeah, Michael Thomas should probably change his name on Twitter.
Sometimes guard Mike.
Yeah,
Most of the time mostly can't guard Mike.
yeah. Basically.
Or
fucking-
straight up, you can guard Mike.
Change
Yeah.
You can guard
kind
him.
of guard Mike.
Yeah,
Kind of.
sometimes can guard Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, Breeze was not great. He
No.
threw like one or two really
Yep.
ugly picks.
They were
Um,
rough.
Yeah, and Brady didn't play very good either.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were both pretty painful. Neither of
It
them
was-
got 200
yeah.
yards.
It was the fucking old man fucking
Yeah.
bowl, or as I like to call it, the check down bowl, and it was
Check down bowl.
yeah.
Imagine like
Sucked.
5 years ago saying like, dude, Tom Brady and Drew Brees played in a playoff game, and it'd be like, holy shit. And then it was like, oh, it was
It
more
really
just
wasn't that
depressing.
good.
Yeah,
It was just
sucked
sad.
dick.
That was
Yeah.
that was the worst like 30-20 game I've ever seen.
It was
How
just
was it
depressing.
30-20? Oh fuck me.
It was,
God.
wasn't the Rams Seahawks game 30-20 also?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, and that game
That-
sucked too.
Yeah, that
Those
was
were
oh
both
yeah.
really bad games.
Gross.
So
I
Putrid.
do not see I guess no. I'll get to that when we get to the next week's games.
Yeah.
there was a stat too, which was NFC Championship appearances since 1996, and it was Tom Brady 1, Cowboys 0, and it was number of seasons each of them have been in the NFC, and the Cowboys was 24 and Brady was 1.
Ooh.
So pain.
Ouch.
You know, I was doing the math in my head the other day. Do you know how many teams haven't been to an NFC title game since they're basically in the 21st century?
5.
3.
Some.
Oh.
Washington, Detroit, and the
Oh.
Cowboys.
Ha!
Oh,
Well, I mean, technically,
yikes.
I
What
mean,
a
if we're being
club
technical, the Houston Texans have never been to an NFC championship game either. That's because they're in the AFC.
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
So, anyway, pain.
Ah,
So,
I feel like Jacksonville's been to a conference game before.
no, an NFC championship
NFC.
game.
NFC.
Although,
the
actually, the
Bill-
Texans haven't been to an AFC title game either. So,
Was it
Bills-
Jacksonville
Bills
was
also-
like 3 years ago?
Bill's also
well,
a poverty
yeah.
franchise. They haven't gone to a NFC championship before.
wait, who?
Same with the Bills. Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, the Bills. Yeah. Absolute poverty.
Yeah,
franchise.
how
Awful
many-
team.
How many AAFC titles have the Jacksonville Jaguars won? Yeah, that's right.
Shit, Yeah.
Browns have
God.
4.
Yeah. Get fucking dunked on, liberal.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was Bucks Saints. In our
It's a
conference
football
titles games.
I don't think we talk about the game at all. I think we just talk about Breeze.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
a
Tom Leonard Fournette ran 17 times for 63 yards. Okay.
And,
Yeah,
wow.
Devin White also carried the defense for the Bucks.
Perfect.
Just Breeze threw some ugly picks, and Tom Brady just did Tom Brady shit. So
Yeah, and threw
Yep.
like 5-yard passes.
There was
Yeah.
there was one play that should have been a touchdown catch that surprisingly was not.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Godwin, what are you doing?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That should have been a touchdown.
That was really borderline. I didn't know how to call
Yeah, me
that.
neither.
Because like he had the 2 feet down. He didn't
Yeah,
it's
lose
if
out.
you're if you're going down to the ground, you have to maintain control of the ball, even if it's
I
out of
would've said
bounds.
He had it in his hands. He had the 2 feet in. His elbow hit out of bounds, and then the ball came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The problem is
Personally,
the
it's
rule is
touchdown.
not clear. It's written to be a judgment call, and they gave us a judgment call.
Yeah.
So-
The way the rule's written is if you're like going down to the ground, you have to maintain control of the ball, even if it's out of bounds. And it got jarred out of his hands.
Yeah.
Well, see, but my understanding in the past and how they've called some is the ground can't cause you to lose control, so you got it.
Well, the ground can't cause a fumble, but it can cause
Yeah, I
an
know.
incomplete
I
pass.
know the ground can't cause a fumble, but it's supposed to be like if you slam the ground and it comes out, but you're like inbounds and you had control inbounds.
They'll
like,
usually
going
still call that incomplete.
Well, this is the problem. This shouldn't be an argument. It shouldn't be an argument.
Yeah,
for this.
they need to fix the catch rule in some way.
And the problem is, it's like it wouldn't be as much of an issue if every single play wasn't under a fucking microscope from the internet, or if they didn't have to do instant replay on every play. So
Yeah.
when you have the chance of every single play being challenged and reversed, you have the NFL feels that they have to write out everything to cover their own bases. So, and it results in fucking Gene Steratore having to come in every 5 seconds and be like, well, actually, this is what this play means. Steven said this multiple times, but it's like if your sport has to have a rules analyst, it's probably a bad sport. And I kind of agree with that, but there's certain things that you should have somebody explaining. But the ultimate dumb part was late in the Chiefs-Browns game where Tyreek Hill caught the ball on the sideline and then fell backwards out of bounds. And they had to have the fucking rules analyst come and explain, well, if you fall backwards out of bounds of your own volition, the clock stops. But if you get pushed backwards out of bounds, it doesn't. I'm like, why is that in the rule book?
Yeah.
What the
Who,
fuck?
the NFL stood down and be like, okay, we need to clarify how you go out of bounds, stopping the clock.
The debate there was because he kind of landed on his own before he got pushed out of bounds. So they were trying to see if he gave himself up. Because if he gave himself up, like a quarterback slid in bounds and then went out of bounds. Yeah, that's what they were trying to decide, which I don't understand why, because it was very clear he got back up and ran.
Yeah, just make it the fucking rule that if you go out of bounds, the clock stops.
Yeah.
Why does there need to be 3 different scenarios and they all play out different ways?
No fucking clue.
So
especially to me, the weirdest rule, I understand why it's a rule, but the weirdest rule was from a couple years ago when Vrabel abused the delay of game and the false start against the Patriots.
Oh,
Yeah, that was last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, why is it a rule that penalties, there can be time will run after certain penalties, after only certain penalties, before 5 minutes left in the second and fourth quarter?
Yeah.
What kind of rule is that?
There's so many no coaches challenges in the last 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are you only reviewing everything in the last 2 minutes?
Fuck if I know.
It's so
dumb.
weird.
yeah.
There's so many. Go ahead. Actually, I'll say it in just a second. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. This is off topic. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. The dumbest technicality I've ever seen in the NFL rulebook was that we mentioned earlier, the double doink game.
Oh yeah.
So before half in that game, Trubisky threw a deep pass to, I can't remember who it was, and he came down with it and then was fighting with the defender and then lost the ball. And they initially ruled it an incomplete pass. And so the ball rolls out of his hands and the official goes over and grabs it. But then the Bears challenged it and said it was a complete pass. And they reviewed it. And sure enough, he grabs the ball and he comes down and he takes 3 steps and then the ball gets knocked out of his hands. So that's a catch and a fumble. But nobody recovered the fumble because the official blew it dead immediately because it was an incomplete pass. So how would you rule this play?
That's
Catch Bears ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch.
At the spot of the catch because there was no clear recovery, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
No. According to the NFL rulebook, if that scenario happens and the play's blown dead and the official is the first person to touch the ball, it's ruled incomplete.
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah. So the Bears got backed up 40 yards, which knocked them out of field goal range, which means they couldn't kick a field goal, which then the game came down to a field goal and they lost.
Oh wow!
If that play is called with any sort of common sense, the Bears win. Yeah, go back and I'll find that play after the show's over. It is the most nonsensical thing I've ever seen, and it's
wow.
Why is that in the rule book? Everybody watching at home would be yeah, if there was no clear recovery, you would get the ball back at the spot of the fumble, because in any other situation, if nobody recovers the ball, which yes, it goes out of bounds, then you get it back at where it was.
Yeah.
It just makes there's so many stupid rules like that in the NFL rulebook.
A lot of dumb rules also relate to the thing of refs blowing plays dead before they're over.
Yeah, which thank God they've stopped doing that now.
Yeah. Fuck no.
It would be stupid as hell to, for there to be a fumble return touchdown, but the refs blew it dead, so now you have an entire offensive drive ahead of
Which
you.
happened in the
Mhm.
2017 Patriots and Jags championship game.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
sure
right.
did.
Telvin Smith
Yeah.
got the fumble and it was blown dead, so they had to start it from that point on the field.
Yep.
Pain.
Clean up your fucking rule book, NFL.
True.
Yeah, they never will.
No.
But yeah, my off-topic point back to the divisional round games. The Chiefs were the only team in the first quarter to score a touchdown, but nobody scored more than 6 points in the first quarter.
Huh.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Should I say that when we're talking about shit?
Anyway,
Uh,
do we want to move on to pick'ems?
No.
I did good last
sure.
week.
Sure, go
Kyle.
for it. Shut
Did
up, Garrett.
Garrett?
No one
Did
cares.
Garrett get all of them right?
Mm,
No.
No,
He picked the
Garrett
Saints.
got Saints. Yeah.
What a dumbass.
Did I? Did I pick
Yeah.
the Saints? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I
You
picked
did.
the Bucks.
No, you didn't.
We all picked the Bucks.
No, we
No.
didn't. We all picked
We
the
picked those
Saints.
Saints, you mouth breather.
I thought we all
locked
picked
the
the Bucks
Saints.
or something. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You are a big
Damn.
dumb.
I really thought we all picked the Bucks, or for some reason,
Yeah.
because
No.
it's Tom Brady in the playoffs. But oh well.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I just remembered another even dumber rule. Was back in like 2012, when they started like reviewing every play in the final 2 minutes. If your coach challenged that, it would be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because you're not allowed to challenge in the last 2 minutes,
Oh my god.
and they wouldn't review it then.
Oh, the dumbest rule
just
in the NFL
pettiness.
is unreviewable plays.
Yeah.
Unreviewable plays are the dumbest thing of all time.
But did you ever see? I think it was on Thanksgiving between the Texans and Lions.
Uh-oh.
And they
Yeah.
threw like a pass to, I can't remember who it was, the Texans did, and he was very clearly down, like his knee and his elbow hit, but then he got up and kept running, and the officials just let it play out. And so Jim Schwartz challenged it, and then the officials were like, well, you can't do that, and then it didn't get overturned.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
They like one of the worst calls ever couldn't get turned over because of the NFL rulebook.
I assume that was against Detroit, right?
And of course the Lions
Course.
were the ones to figure out how.
Yep. Detroit versus everybody.
Yep.
Honestly, I feel bad. The NFC North gets a lot of shitty calls against them. Okay, maybe not the Packers, but the other ones.
Are we ready for pick'ems?
Yeah.
All right. Conference championships, starting with Buccaneers, Packers, the first ever postseason meetup between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh baby, I'm going with the Packers.
Is it bad that I want a coin flip?
Wait,
this
do
one?
I have to lock, or is there no
No.
locks?
No,
We're not
no
doing
luck.
There's only 4 to pick from, and
Yeah,
there's 5 of
somebody doesn't get a lock.
Yeah,
this
I'm
week.
locking the Jets. Oh wait, fuck.
Putting it in. Putting in the Jets.
I'm locking the refs.
I'm gonna go with the
I'm gonna lock
Packers.
the AFC in the Pro Bowl.
The Packers are a very strong team, and Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna stand
yeah.
behind that statement. I'm also picking the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers, kind of
There
naughty.
There is no way in hell in Lambeau Field that the Packers lose this game.
Unless they somehow lose.
2007.
I mean, yeah, fair. Like the Packers win. There's no way. I don't.
Two things. There's a couple things to consider here. So, one, Aaron Rodgers has never played an NFC title game at home.
What?
Two, Mhm.
Whoa.
2010, they were the 6th seed, so they beat Chicago in Chicago. 2014 was in Seattle, and 2016 was in Atlanta.
Oh, I'm sorry. That 2010 game was fucking hilarious.
Caleb Haney.
Oh god.
And-
Huh.
I don't know if I said I'm picking the Packers.
So the other thing to remember is the host team has never played the Super Bowl in their own stadium. Guess where the Super Bowl is this year?
Tampa Bay.
Uh-oh.
That said, if there's any quarterback who's going to fucking break that, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Swear to God. If
Yeah, now
Hopefully
that
not.
he's like somewhere where the Super Bowl can actually
Yeah.
be played.
yeah.
But if
Of
there
course,
was anybody
after-
to break that streak, it would be Tom Brady.
No,
yeah,
that's
there
bullshit.
yeah.
They should play the fucking Super Bowl in Buffalo.
That'd be so stupid.
I don't
Lambeau.
care. I want a snow fucking.
I
Super
wanted
Bowl.
to. I would love it.
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna
See,
pick
that would
the
be cool.
Packers.
I want
If there
two
wasn't-
I want like a California team and like a fucking Florida team playing like Buffalo in the freezing
snow.
cold.
Dude, that'd
Yeah,
be
that'd
fun.
be the funniest shit ever.
But, you know, the biggest asterisk of all time would be next to that Super Bowl. 'Cause
Well,
there's
I
a
mean, Tom Brady cheated several times, and he doesn't have an asterisk.
I mean,
so,
Bountygate doesn't have
yeah,
an asterisk.
yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going by that logic, do the Bengals have an asterisk next to their 81 AFC title game because it was played in
Absolutely,
like minus 30?
yes.
Well, I mean, that's
Yep,
different.
fuck the Bengals.
You know, you
Yep.
have the rules of home field advantage. We don't have that for the Super Bowl. There is no home field advantage. It's supposed to be a neutral.
There
site.
almost was.
Well, yeah. So if you put
Ha!
two warm weather teams in the snow, then it's neutral.
I
Yeah.
hate it.
That's
I hate it.
fair.
True.
Am I-
No,
You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong?
You
Am
are
I
correct.
She
I hate
wore a
it.
crown and she came down in a bubble, Doug. Anyway,
But yeah, I mean Packers all the way.
yeah, I'm going with the Packers, but I am cautious about this because the Packers have choked in playoff games they should win before. And
true.
oh shit, I forgot when it comes to NFC title games, they played last year's in San Francisco also.
Yeah.
And it's Tom Brady in January.
And he also is used to cold weather too, I guess.
I'm gonna.
Will help.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of hate the whole Tom Brady thing because what Tom Brady has accomplished is not all just because of Tom Brady.
True.
He's had
True.
a dynasty around him for.
True.
Yeah, but he is
True.
the
True.
one
True.
consistent.
True. True.
Hey, but
True.
he's the
True.
one consistent. Shut the fuck up, Jack.
True.
Jesus Christ.
But to be
Uh,
fair,
Don't care. Tom Brady's overrated.
Who's the one
But also-
consistent player across that team for 20 years? It's Tom
you
Brady.
gotta, you gotta think like he.
Julian Edelman
yeah,
wasn't there for 20 years.
Wes Welker.
like,
and look, Tom
sure-
Brady leaves and Julian Edelman becomes irrelevant.
Like sure,
Um,
yeah, he had
That's
like
because they went to a
around
running
him.
offense.
No, that's because they didn't go to the fucking playoffs. Edelman is not good in the regular season.
That's
True.
true. That is very true. Yeah, Edelman normally
So-
does nothing until like week
And he-
50.
So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yeah, the past like many years, Brady had the dynasty of the Patriots around him, but he took the fucking Buccaneers 11-5 in a conference title game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pretty
like
he
fucking
also
good.
he also has the best
And a good
receiving
coaching
core and a great coaching staff.
Oh, so a really good player is going to play well when you put other really good players around him. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
No, you can put like Cam Newton was on the Bucks, and
What
he
of-
would probably be. In
You've
that
had
same
Jameis Winston, who's basically Cam Newton, and they went 7
group. Yeah,
and 9.
but like no, the thing with fucking
The
They were
same
literally a
record as the
losing
Patriots
team with one of the most
Newton.
talented
Oh
quarterbacks
my
in the league.
God. Don't care. Tom Brady's overrated.
You clearly do care because you're bitching about it.
Nope. Tom Brady's overrated, and I will stand by that to the end of
I
time.
am pissed at how overrated
am-
Tom Brady is.
True. Let's be
I'm-
honest. Aaron
You don't get
Rodgers
6
over
Super
Tom
Bowls
Brady.
being overrated. So
Aaron Rodgers is better than Brady.
Have
You know,
you seen Tom Brady pass the football?
I have a question.
Tom Brady's receivers led the league in yards after catch for years.
Hey,
you
hey,
still
I,
got to put the ball on him.
I has
Wow.
a question.
Guess
Wow,
what?
you
That
gotta
same
throw-
fucking cast of receivers went 7 and 9 last year because they had a quarterback who couldn't throw to him.
You got to throw it.
Yeah, because they were throwing at the other fucking
Yeah,
receivers because
good
he was
point.
going all
Yeah,
these long
it's almost
balls.
like your quarterback needs to throw to the right team because that's what makes people good.
No, I just
You know
needed his eyes
you know
checked.
how many-
Anyway,
Do you know how many times the Pats even threw the ball last season? It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and they fucking sucked.
There were games where Newton was throwing 10 passes maximum.
And that
Yeah,
was the
and they
main
lost.
issue.
Yes.
I has a question.
What's your point? A team with a
Because
bad
the
quarterback was
point
bad.
is, you cannot take their receiving core from the last few years and be like, yeah, they sucked this year when they didn't pass. They didn't pass.
But
They
that's
ran.
why Brady was good with that team because he passed.
Because he elevated the team to another
God, I-
level.
The
I
problem
has-
is
I
this
has
year,
question.
you cannot compare
Stop
the
arguing. It
Patriots
is only a
season.
game.
But
They
Okay.
You're
cannot.
not comparing the
cannot-
Patriots.
but
season.
okay, to
That's
have
literally
but
what you were
to,
doing. You were saying
That's
one
not-
major reason that
but
team
look,
was good.
one major
problem
point
is-
is
Because this year they had to literally revamp everything they've done in the past 15 years because they have a completely different quarterback with a completely different play style. You cannot
But-
compare this year's Patriots to anything they've done in the franchise history.
but like
That
gotta
is
look at
true.
it.
I
You
agree.
can't have a good team without a good quarterback.
Well, I'm not saying Tom Brady bad.
Well-
I'm saying Tom Brady overrated. Tom Brady
You
not the
can't-
GOAT. Tom Brady.
No.
not-
You can have a good team without a good quarterback. I mean, Trent Dilfer won a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he actually played well that season.
Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl.
That is true.
Case Keenum
Yeah,
took the
that's
Vikings
awesome.
to a
Hey,
conference
Don't
championship.
talk
Hey, but-
shit about Case
Blake
fucking
Bortles.
Keenum.
Okay.
Hey, no
Blake
Blake Bortles
Bortles.
slander. No
Here's
Blake
the
Bortles
thing.
ass.
slander.
Here's the
And
thing.
No,
he
he's
went to an
not.
AFC championship.
Listen
Blake
to me,
Bortles
okay?
is the boat.
Here's the thing. All of those people that you just listed were literally one-shot wonders. Tom Brady has been consistently at the top of the league for 20 years. You don't fluke into 20 years of success by being overrated. Even a quarterback like Drew Brees, who we all say is really good and is a future Hall of Famer, went 5 years without making the playoffs.
Well, that's because of his coaching staff was just completely ass.
You can
Not
think
really.
of reasons why certain quarterbacks right now are
You look at like
why
the
they are
Saints.
bad. Look at Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, if he was on a really good team, could easily be in the GOAT discussion, but he's been on the
I agree
Lions
with that.
entire
Yeah.
career.
But
Yeah.
you guys are claiming that Brady's
Correct.
being basically carried by the rest of his team is literally not true. There's been literal years where Tom Brady was the only like Pro Bowl caliber entire fucking team. Yes, he's had success and had the help of a lot of really good players, but Tom Brady's been able to basically leverage people to come to New England because he's the best in the fucking league.
And most of those people didn't work out.
Yeah.
Most of those people went right in, went right out because
I still can't get over 2007. Imagine having Randy Moss and still losing.
Yeah.
The best, if not the best receiver.
Yeah,
of all
that
time.
is 1 year. I'll
Second
never,
best receiver because Jerry Rice exists.
I will never understand that 16-0. You have like the best team ever, and you lose.
And you lost to Eli Manning.
7
You know what?
times.
You know what? If you lose to Eli Manning in the Super Bowl, I think you deserve to not be called the GOAT. You lose
Well, like that's the thing, though. So he
also lost
has,
to Nick Foles.
So you gotta look at it. He has what, 6 rings with the Patriots? He lost 3 times.
This is literally like the LeBron conversation.
you know,
He's been to 9 Super Bowls.
I think the
That's
other
fucking
thing,
insane.
The other thing that you kind of have to think of that has to do with Brady and making the Super Bowls and making the playoffs and stuff is until like last year, the AFC has been really weak. Other than the Colts and Peyton Manning existing, the AFC has been really weak. There has been no depth. Because for years, the NFC.
See, I would say that, but
there was some.
There has been. We all agree that Phillip Rivers is a pretty good quarterback, right?
Yeah, but like
the
Tom Brady is literally undefeated against Phillip Rivers. He's never lost to Phillip Rivers.
He's played the Chargers how many times when the Chargers have had
8 times
under 500 seasons? Because
they played the No, I'm talking about like prime Phillip Rivers.
Are we talking like
in the 2000s?
The playoffs?
Yeah, they've not in the regular season and like the 3 times they met in the playoffs. Tom Brady has never lost to Phillip Rivers.
Talking about Phillip Rivers in the playoffs is kind of a bad stat because
I'm talking about even in his prime, like when special teams was costing them wins and defense was costing them wins. Like, we all agree that Phillip Rivers is good, and yet he's never beat Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I think, has only lost to Aaron Rodgers once in his entire career, which again is a small sample size. But
yeah,
it's like Peyton Manning has the most wins against Tom Brady, and he has a record of I think 6-17 against Tom Brady.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you're on a 12 wins team every season, it's kind of hard for anyone to have a good record against you.
Well, I mean, anyway, they were consistently a 12-win team.
We need to shut the fuck up. Let's talk about the fucking Bills versus Chiefs.
I have one more question though.
Shut up.
I have one question. It's not about the Brady situation. So,
shut up, idiot.
With the Bucks being in the championship game, Leonard Fournette is going to appear has appeared in an AFC championship game, and he's now going to appear in an NFC championship game. My question is, I wonder what other running backs have done that as well. We did the quarterback discussion, I think, last week.
Yeah,
I don't fucking know.
I don't think I really could name any, but I'm pretty sure there's a list.
The quarterback goes back to what? Joe Montana, right?
Yeah, Montana.
And like 3 other fucks.
That is a good question.
I don't know.
Manning's the only one to win multiple Super Bowls with different teams. So
yeah,
let's go, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, okay.
So.
I don't fucking know. Let's get on to the Bills.
You know what?
versus
Fuck
Chiefs.
it. I'm changing my pick to the Buccaneers just to make you guys
Okay,
mad.
whatever. Who cares? Let's just talk about Bills versus fucking Chiefs now.
Alrighty.
This one's
All
tough.
right.
Game of the week.
You know,
I
I'm
already
scared.
pick. If well, no, not if, because he's gonna play.
I'm.
They're gonna sit him.
I don't know if Mahomes is gonna be 100% though.
That don't matter, Chiefs. I'm picking
I
Chiefs.
think either way, Chiefs win.
I'm going Bills.
I'd say Bills.
Yep. I feel like it's gonna be Arrowhead. That's gonna be a challenge, yeah. But like, I feel like Josh Allen can elevate that team. I feel like it's gonna be a very high-scoring game.
It'll be a close game, especially if Mahomes isn't like 100%. It'll be a really close game. I don't know.
Even with Mahomes being 100%, it's still gonna be a pretty close game.
Because that team is one of the.
I don't know why,
best
but if
teams.
Mahomes comes back, I have a very, very Vikings and Eagles feel to this game. I don't know why.
I'm sad again. Thanks.
It's okay, Jesse. We were both sad that year, but I'm
like,
just saying.
no.
Mahomes comes back. I have a weird
difference
feeling that the Bills' defense is not going to hold,
The
and
difference
Chiefs are going to run right over them.
The difference is the Bills don't have a mediocre quarterback. Sorry, average quarterback.
Well,
See,
my thing is
You don't be talking crud about Cleveland Browns backup quarterback.
I
Case
understand
Keenum.
why they only won 17-3 in the Ravens game, but
Well, yeah, because it was freezing cold and
It's
fucking
freezing-
windy as dicks.
freezing cold and offenses were struggling. But I mean,
It's also like the Ravens have a really good defense.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
do.
I don't think the Chiefs defense is as good as the Ravens defense.
but
and
how great is the Buffalo defense?
Not
It can
Here's
show
the
up.
thing, though.
They did show up against the Ravens.
The
They did.
Chiefs' offense is very spotty.
It can be.
They are a home run type of offense where they
Yeah.
will swing for the fences constantly and they'll miss a lot and they will then hit like one giant play.
Yep.
And for me, I think the Bills' offense is more consistent and is going to be able to put up more points consistently than the Chiefs will.
Yeah. Like we've been
It's
talking
fair.
about all season as we've been building up to the playoffs, the two offenses that can go toe to toe with the Chiefs offense are the Bills and the Browns. The Browns kind of proved that
And
by
if the
holding
Browns get that helmet to helmet call and score a touchdown, they literally win. And
Yeah.
we're talking a completely
Yeah.
different AFC title game.
and I think the Bills can do the exact same thing. And even though it's Kansas City, what's Kansas City's track record for home playoff games?
Not good.
Not
Yep.
good. Like they almost choked the Browns game at home.
Yeah.
As to people who are not Browns fans, far and beyond favorite of that game. Like no one thought the Browns were going to win that game, and they almost did.
Yep.
And they got over the hump last year in all 3 games.
I feel like
yeah.
the Bills are a much better, much more cohesive, much more put together and finalized team than the Browns are.
And plus,
I really think the Bills are just the better Browns right now.
Yeah, the Browns, they're like year one of the Josh Allen year
And-
1 or 2 of the Josh Allen experience. Bills.
and plus, I feel like I feel like next year the Bills are going to come back. Probably, maybe
Yeah.
if the Bills lose, I feel like they're going to come back even stronger.
Garrett, you had the Chiefs, right?
Yes, I picked the
Okay.
Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs as well. I'm gonna stand by that pick even after all that. I think it'll be a very close game.
I don't blame you the slightest for that.
I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs dynasty, I guess, whatever, is just.
I mean, I expect some Andy Reid things to happen.
Some full read.
Yeah, but I still think the Bills are just gonna. I am hesitant that Mahomes is gonna play through an injury that I feel like they definitely will not handle properly, and I feel like Mahomes might not be 100% because Mahomes he's been kind of halfway injured, but like a concussion or a head injury in general is pretty serious, and I don't think he's ever dealt with that in his career. He can deal with not scrambling around in the pocket when he's had his ankle injury, but head different.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to watch.
Yep. And even if the Bills lose, Even if the Bills lose, I'm so fucking happy that this team made the AFC Championship.
Oh, same, dude.
Like,
Yeah,
oh
they
man,
will
it feels
be-
so nice to see this team win a fucking
Win or
playoff
lose,
game.
they will be
And
back in
plus
this
two-
game next year.
Two playoff games is pure ecstasy.
Another thing is Edwards-Helaire will still be out, and Williams didn't do that great. He made a couple plays for the Chiefs,
Yeah.
but he wasn't Edwards-Helaire that they've been used to all season.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's-
also Bills' run defense isn't that great as well, but
they probably won't have much run to defend Sunday.
True.
I don't.
So this one's tied 2-2, so I'm the tiebreaker in the
yeah.
picks. This one's tough, dude, because it's basically the two teams that I've been ride or die with in pick'ems all season.
It's also
And
it's a firm belief that we said earlier in the show that the winner of this game could really go on and take the Super Bowl.
yeah,
I think the winner of this game wins it all.
Yeah, what I've been saying is both of these AFC teams. I think honestly, all 4 AFC teams that were left last week could have beaten all 4
At least
NFC
3 of them.
left.
Yeah.
And I still think both these teams can beat both teams in the other conference.
So the only time I think I picked against the Bills all season was when they played the Chiefs.
That was a whole different Bills squad then.
And I'm going to go against that. I'm going to take the Bills.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's so tough for me to really pick one on this, but I'm going to pick
Yeah,
with
no,
my
it's a
heart.
tough pick. It's a very tough pick.
Yeah,
Very rough.
and I mean,
They're both amazing teams.
also Mahomes had nearly a perfect passer rating in that game earlier this season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also Edwards-Helaire ran for 161 yards.
There was also Josh Allen was injured as shit that game. Like he
Oh,
had
yeah,
like
he
a
Oh my God!
he had some
7, 122 yards and 2 touchdowns and a pick.
yeah.
Also,
he
if
fucked
we
up
wanna
his
take-
shoulder.
If we want to take the historical angle,
a few weeks
the
before.
last time these two teams played in the AFC Championship, the Bills won.
Yeah.
So
True.
that
Yeah.
was Jim Kelly versus Joe Montana. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah, that's our predictions for the conference title games.
Mhm.
Oh baby.
Yeah, oh man.
I just want you to know that I don't want to see the Buccaneers go to the Super Bowl. I just picked it out of spite. So
Okay.
It's going
I
to be a
don't wanna
much
s-
cheap Super Bowl for the media.
I will
I
fucking
don't-
kill myself.
I do not want the Packers to make it. But looking at the circumstances of this game, I don't see how they don't.
I would rather see Rodgers go after a second ring than Brady go after a 7th. So
True.
I will also agree with that. It's just too bad it's Green Bay.
and like I don't have the same level of hate for the Packers that you guys do, but I understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Detroit fans be.
it's kind of like Jack with Brady.
yeah.
Yes.
A little bit less than that actually, but
Yeah.
Fuck Tom Brady.
No. I mean, I don't hate Aaron Rodgers. I just hate the Packers. I can
Yeah.
acknowledge Aaron
That's fair,
Rodgers.
okay.
Aaron Rodgers, kind of good, but the Packers.
oh yeah, dude, Rodgers is so good. It's like we talked about it throughout the weekend. Like the 3 quarterbacks that were left during the Saints Bucks game after the Packers won. You have Breeze and Brady who do like check down, and then there's fucking Rodgers, fucking Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Because I'll just run around for 18 seconds.
Fuck it,
insane.
Adams is down there somewhere.
Yeah, he'll get open eventually.
Honestly,
God.
Well,
they're gonna be fun games.
yep.
It's really weird that when I look at my two teams, the Browns have their quarterback situation figured out and the Cowboys are a giant question mark.
Don't.
I mean, I've got the Vikings and Chargers, so I mean,
I'm gonna keep
not much better.
Well, you got one of
you,
them
you
figured
have
out.
the Lions, Garrett.
So.
and the Jags.
I wouldn't say one of them has figured it out.
I don't think either.
I
of
don't know,
them have
Herbert's
figured
pretty
it
good.
out.
So
Say okay, no, I will agree with that. I think Herbert is the answer.
Well, I think that's it for Oofsides.
No.
Yeah, that's it. No
Any
more
closing
Brady
thoughts,
yelling.
No, yeah, more welding.
Any closing thoughts? Tom Brady is a goat.
Fuck Tom Brady. Go Bills.
Closing thoughts. We paid Kirk Cousins $80 million.
True.
True. Yup.
True.
Sure did. And give him an extra year.
Nice.
Dax
Also,
ankle
also
Gilbert.
another one. Matt Stafford.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say this earlier when we were talking about the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. if I was gonna say if the Steelers or if Ben Roethlisberger retires, the Steelers should send a shitload of picks to the Texans. But if he stays, go get Sam Darnold.
Oh God.
Because you need to think about quarterback right now. And how many other I'm still a believer in Sam Darnold. Like, give him a year to study under Ben Roethlisberger, because at his worst, he's probably going to still be better than Mason Rudolph.
True.
And what the fuck are you going to like? You have to start thinking about that eventually.
That is true.
Yeah, I am very surprised that Pittsburgh has not traded up in the draft the past few years to look for a franchise quarterback after Ben.
Yep.
Even the Packers fucking drafted a quarterback
For some fucking reason.
I don't know why.
I really think they did that.
It was to inspire Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Yeah, put the flame in Rodgers and look what he's
Well,
done.
it's fucking working.
Yep.
Yeah.
They should just draft quarterbacks for the rest of the
every year.
Just to fuck with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Aaron Rodgers, 63 years old.
I mean, isn't that honestly what they did with Favre though?
I was gonna say turn the Packers into a quarterback factory like it was with Favre, where it was
God.
Every year the hottest target is whoever Brett Favre's backup is, because they're fresh as hell, because they didn't have to play.
Yep.
Oh God.
No, his backup quarterback lineage is actually really good though, because it was Mark Brunell and then Matt Hasselbeck and then of course Aaron Rodgers. So
not bad.
And Brunell went to a championship game with the Jaguars.
Went to two, didn't he?
Yeah, I think the epitome of the '90s Jaguars kind of revolved around him.
Yeah, Brunell was hella good.
Now, can Rodgers' career end the same way as Favre's, just with one ring?
No, because that means he has to throw a pick to the Giants in overtime. I don't want to see the Giants win another Super Bowl.
They almost made the playoffs.
But then that means he'll have to go to Jesse. That means he'll have to go to the Vikings and then break your heart again.
No, I said one more ring for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
So the same thing minus the losing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to minus losing.
He can still have a Brett Favre 2010 as long as he gets us that ring.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't send dick pics to his coworker, though.
Or yeah.
And on that note,
that's what we wrap up on. Yeah.
For Garrett, Jesse, Jack, and Austin. See you next time.
Let's go Vikings.
Yeah. Football.